All right, guys, I think we're live. Having some streaming issues here. Had to restart streaming software, then re-log into the account. And still not totally sure what the issue was, but it looks like it's working now. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started here. If anything kind of is weird or whatnot, or something not working, just let me know. But I think we're good to go right now. Whew, what a pre-market. I tripped a lot over myself. I could not get on the swing of things with PSTV at all. So you can see all the trades I made on this one. First of all, guys, this is a little quick intro, guys. Welcome back. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream. We first review the watch list, and then we trade the market open every day. I'm going to be going over some of the pre-market trades, and then we're going to be reviewing what we're probably going to be doing at the opening bell. First of all, guys, hope you're feeling good. Today, it's September 15th. It's a Wednesday, right? Or no, hold on. I'm totally lost. It's a Tuesday. I'm a little confused right now. It's a Tuesday. I just was feeling like it was last week. We had that short week. Now I'm like, wait, this wasn't a short week. So yeah, it's Tuesday, the 15th of September. It's 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we've got another 10 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up the stream at 11. Remember, around 10:30, we start talking about swing trades a little bit more if you guys are interested in that. Quick reminder for all that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself why you are entering and exiting a stock. Keep in mind, guys, the community is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam or you'll be kicked. Check out the video description below. A bunch of FAQs down there. And let's get into it. I got to go as fast as I can here just to kind of make up for the lost time. Yeah, so PSTV, I had one really nice breakout trade on this one. And then I kind of chickened out on the second setup here, which was actually looking really, really good. And then I ended up going for a pullback trade. This one didn't work. I held it just a tad too long. Literally, I just held it a split second too long. It pulled back, and this is where I held it too long. And then it flushed under VWAP, and on that flush, right away, I tried to get out fairly quickly. I ended up getting out here on the 73 on this candle, so it was pulling higher. I got out as we were approaching VWAP again. I actually ended up buying back here on the dip, and then I closed here for pretty much a scratch. Did one more trade on it, closed for a scratch. Did this little trade, closed for a scratch. Did this little trade, pretty much a scratch. Did this little trade. I was really thinking that there was going to be at least an attempt to break VWAP, which was this. I got shaken out right before it. I was so upset. I could have made back quite a bit of money. It could have been a 4% trade, so like $80 or so. Ultimately, just a slippery morning here. I'm down $268. I really don't want to go below 300. That's kind of where I would be down. My average position size about 10%. So I'm trying to take really simple base hits here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. At the moment, I'm not super crazy about what we're seeing. It's a little bit unfortunate, the situation we're in, but it is what it is. That's just, the life of a day trader. Good news, though, our swing trade on Dkng is up really, really nicely this morning. We're going to see what happens here. I'm looking for that break of 50, and then I would like to, look to take some profits. We'll see where it goes. Right now, we're up on Dkng about $450, so this is pretty sweet trade. We talked about it. We actually placed this trade, if you guys remember, on the live stream yesterday, right? We placed this trade yesterday on the live stream. This is really silly. Yesterday, I tried to buy another 15 shares here, and I did the dumbest thing ever. I actually sold 15 shares on accident. And since this was in my cash account, that money is frozen for 2 days, right? The hold period, or whatever it's called. I can't think of it right now. Anyway, that basically tied up a little cash. I actually ended up putting 18 shares into here instead, and then it kind of ran up quite a bit. So That was a really, really silly mistake, but in the end, oh well, it is what it is. So right now we're kind of teetering here around this $49 zone, and yeah, I mean, pretty sweet little trade here. Nothing too crazy in terms of setups. We had, you know, we were talking about this yesterday. We had a nice breakout, and we had the pullback. We bought in the pullback during the live stream. I was waiting for that 44.68 or whatever breakout because that was the former high. And now we had the breakout. We're actually up right now 20%, and I'm thinking, you know, I would like to see this attempt to break 50. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but, you know, I'm totally fine with holding this one a week or two. I honestly would be fine holding it longer, but I would also rather take profits and then rebuy later. It's always easier said than done with a cash account because your cash gets frozen, right? So if you only had, you know, maybe 20% or whatever percentage of your portfolio you wanted to allocate to a specific swing, you can no longer do that until 2 days from now, right? If your other portfolio is already full. So it's a bit of an annoying situation using cash accounts, and I'm sure you guys are all aware. Dkng, best position of the year. Nice, Corey. So it's always like one of those messy situations with a cash account. I'm sure you guys are well aware. Stop. TA, I have a mental stop on all of my trades. It's usually the low of the last candle on my day trades. On my swing trades, it's usually below support. Yeah, Corey, let me know where you actually are looking to take some profits. I'm debating taking profits in this $50 zone. The problem, like I just said, is, you know, I wouldn't technically have cash to buy back. So I'm going to be watching the possible break here, 50. If we get it, I'll probably be taking some profits. Let's see what happens. Just want to keep an open mind here and see how it goes. I do think that this could be, you know, a multi-week hold for sure. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be taking profits. Oh, nice. Nice trade, Corey. All right, so back to the day trades. MRNS, let's quickly recap this. We got another 4 minutes. 83 million float, US biotech, phase 3, good results, rare form of genetic epilepsy. So kind of good catalyst there. The problem with this one, it really hasn't really been moving, not too much volume coming in just yet, which is also kind of a good sign. It really shows it's holding its highs well. So I'm going to be putting MRNS on my second screen, just kind of be ready to trade this one. I think it's looking okay. Maybe we're going to have a pullback to around 3 or so. There's definitely huge support right around $3. So I would maybe look for a possible dip at the at the open, and then we'll kind of go from there. You know, we also have really, really big support around like 320 and whatnot. So we'll see how we trade this one. So far, pretty decent volume on it, and yeah, go from there. And then PSTV, our second lead gapper, which is probably the most obvious, clear, small cap lead gapper with that 4 million float, US biotech, you know, 10 million market cap, really, really small. They got the fast track approval for a treatment. Also, a bunch of directors were buying in August. The big problem I have with with PSTV, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, is the long-term chart. It's really, really rough, has tons of reverse splits. It's just not a ticker that you really want to hold long-term. It constantly has these failed spikes to the upside, and that's kind of what it looks like on, you know, pre-market. Just really a lot of selling momentum. So just keep that in mind. Buying a dip on this one, buying a red to green, buying something, I don't know, buying any sort of pullback on this one, you just got to keep in mind that the sell-offs on here are really, really strong. So just be a little bit careful on how you end up trading this one. Another 2 minutes here. We can actually probably quickly talk about Ipob, 40 million float, US shell company. They had a merger similar to KSAC. It was a blank check company, which we were talking about earlier in the chat room. Really, really good, strong financials, a lot of cash on hand. Ipob, Yeah, I mean, it's on a nice little uptrend right here. This could be really, really sweet. I kind of like it a little bit more than PSTV just because, you know, it's in a nice upwards trend. It has a nicer long-term chart. I think traders probably a little bit more interested in trading something like this one than something that is, you know, just constantly selling off and has failed spikes. So I think PSTV is really going to be climbing an uphill battle if it does do anything really nice, just because the constant sell-offs that this one has had in the past. $40 million float though on IPOB, so pretty nice area. BlackRock actually has funds in IPOB. That's also really good. And then Open Door is the company that they are quote unquote taking public, more or less. They're not really taking them public. It's a merger which will put Open Door into the public eye, or at least able to be bought by the public. All right, guys, got another 35 seconds here. Good luck, everyone. Remember, base hits, especially if you're in the red, just kind of one thing at a time. It was a pretty mean sell-off, though, from 17. 14% dip. Make sure that you have day selected. All right, guys, here we go. Nice relative volume on IPOB. I don't know why that's such a tongue twister for me, but it is. Boom. Nice consolidation, big spike higher, up 2% on that one. Yeah, remember the market conditions we're in right now. Overall, the NASDAQ is up right now 1.5%, but at the same time, we are kind of hitting some resistance. MRNS selling off a little bit. PSTV down to 3.2. Kind of no surprise there on that open. Quick pullback on IPOB. We're getting a lot of these failed pullbacks, so I wasn't really crazy about buying this one at the moment, but it does look like it's kind of holding so far. Dkng selling off a little bit. MRNS also pulling back. MRNS getting close to that $3 zone. MRNS might break $3. 304 getting chipped at. Looking to take a small size on MRNS. Oh, just realized I'm in the challenge account. Oh, that was pretty sloppy. IPOB looking solid. $3 might get chipped away on MRNS. See how low it goes. No, big support came in again. %3 MRNS up. IPOB definitely has the lead volume here. Not the craziest open on it though so far. Just a quick little pullback here. Looking for that continuation. Nice bounce off of 72. 934. A lot of sellers on MRNS, guys. Just be careful. There he goes, IPOB. PSTV is still trying to hold this kind of critical $10 zone. Has yet to crack it, but it looks like it could crack at any moment. Yep, MRNS just sold below 3, and I think PSTV as well. Any moment. Remember, MRNS has that 83 million float, so it takes a little bit more to move a ticker like this, which I was thinking was going to result in some really nice dip buy opportunities. We might see a lot. Well, I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I really like IPOB. Watching this one a little bit more, it's a little bit stagnant the way it moves, but at least it has buyers in it. IPOB is lead gapper right now based on dollar volume, but it's also an 800 million market cap, so it's a little bit on the larger side. PSTV, finding a little bit of a base here. It might try to break higher, and then MRNS, also a little bit of a base there. And we got NVUS really making some solid little moves here. That 20 million shares outstanding. So they have a Vax manufacturing deal. Nice move so far into this territory we're at. Big relative volume on the day, 1.5 big resistance. Maybe we'll see at least 1.5 get reached on NVUS. MRNS trying to break higher here with that big resistance though, right above it. Right at 3.13. Not convinced with PSTV, not convinced at all. Might try to do a VWAP attempt, but IPOB tried to break VWAP, but it ended up holding pretty well. MRNS, guys, look at this one go. Found big support at 3, now it's at 320. We should probably put a price target here at 17, as that is the pre-market high, and 16.5, definitely kind of a key zone. So far, no trades for me since the open. Wasn't really tuned in on any specific trade. Wanted to take it a little bit easy. I think MRNS was probably the better opportunity for my trading style with that $3 turnaround. Probably could have got a bit more aggressive on that area. Yeah. Nice, Michael, on 280. Very, very nice. Pretty much the opposite of my P&L. Sweet stuff, though. MRNS looks like it might. I wonder if it's going to hold this area. Really curious about this one. MRNS right now is making a bit of a 1-minute flag. Could see a breakout past 3.2, back above VWAP, maybe a red to green. See you guys calling out NEXT. Big quick breakout there. I'm not the biggest fan of chasing random new breakers. Quick mover for sure, though. Yep. MRNS just had that breakout. 3-2. Nice, Clayton. Sweet move. IPOB is looking pretty solid here. It's a bit weird how it moves, I feel like, but that's what happens when you look at the bit of a more the mid-cap size. MRNS is also getting kind of close to that mid-cap size, while PSTV and NVUS are 100% very small cap classics. $9.42. Still no trades yet for me since the open. Had a pretty sloppy pre-market. Decided to kind of give it a little bit longer here. If I see a setup I like, or see, you know, I'm getting into the flow a little bit more, I'll start getting aggressive. Bit of a pullback here on IPOB. Same with MRNS. Bigger dip here on IPOB. XELA coming in. PSTV finally broke that 310. That was a critical zone on PSTV. $15 could act as pretty decent support right now. IPOB definitely selling off a little bit stronger than would maybe would like. PSTV at 309. MRNS might be setting up a flag pattern, guys. Keep an eye on that one. Not sure if it's going to break back above VWAP, but definitely has that potential. Does have a bigger float, though, with that 83 million float, so it's going to take a little bit more energy to get it back higher. Down 30% roughly from pre-market highs. Yeah, IPOB is still selling off. Let's see if 15 is going to act as that support. Could crack here. The mid to large caps are always a little bit more tricky, I feel like, to dip by. For some reason, they just tend to sell off a little bit more intensely, like a train. You know, it's harder to stop them once they get going. Possible move on MRNS, just still watching this one. Yeah, Eric, I feel you, man. It's, you know, mid-August into September, it's pretty much been swing trade territory. So I've been, you know, our day trading has been a little bit slower lately. It's still, you know, it's still been going, but we just haven't been getting those opportunities that we had in the first 2 quarters of the month. I mean, of the year. Nice bounce, IPOB, right there, at the, right below 15. Sweet setup, 33%. Could have been a pretty solid little base hit there. Was kind of thinking about it, but when we broke 15, I was actually thinking, okay, well, we might see, you know, 1480 right away, and that's kind of what I was waiting for. Didn't really end up seeing that. MRNS, really watching this one. This one could be a setup. I'm not sure if we're going to get a break over the 9 EMAs yet, but could be a setup there. PSTV still selling off. Bigger support around 3. Like we've discussed before. I would maybe buy a quick dip on the break of 3. MRNS looking kind of healthy in this area. Lots of stuff selling off though overall. Have a small entry on MRNS. Looking for a possible second attempt here to break over the 9 EMA. Getting a little bit more support now on this one. Small position, $1,500, 300, 500 share size. Was thinking about a bigger position, but first candle to throw a little bit more volume in there. It's good to see. Took some profits on this one. Maybe we can buy a dip here again. 318 current short-term resistance. Very small trade here, but we walked away with about 8 cents a share. Not too bad. 320, bit more resistance there. Bigger volume kind of coming in here a little bit. Possible break of the VWAP. I gotta say this is a bit more impressive than I was thinking. Yep, Eric, feel you, man. Watching MRNS, this could be a quick pullback, just keeping an eye on it. 318, dipping back where our entry was. I'd be really weary of possible bigger dips with this big 9 EMA and VWAP resistance above. There could be a fake breakout coming. $323. Let's see if we can get that VWAP break. Nice. $325. Phew. Good to see that action. MRNS opened up roughly at, where did it open up? Like a 330 or something like that. 333. It's about to have a overall red to green move right here. Nice, sweet setup. Looks like we sold way too early, but hey, I gotta take those base hits right now. $336. MRNS was actually one of my favorite ones. Third lead gapper on the day based on dollar volume. Ipob is having some issues. NVUS, kind of interesting as well. I like the bigger volume we're seeing on NVUS. I think a lot of people are looking at this one right now as it just broke VWAP. We have, oh, never mind. I thought I had an order open. Just watching MRNS right now. Hasn't really, it's holding its highs as well, which I like. It's technically just did a red to green. It's a green candle on the day again. 3.4 is huge, 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 huge resistance, that former shoulder zone. Dkng pulling higher again. Yeah, so what I would have done probably if Dkng was in my margin account, I would have sold all at 49, and then most likely there would have been some sort of, profit taking, and then I would have bought anything below pretty much 48. But cash account, it's a little bit harder to do those quick setups. So yeah, technically I could have still traded it that way though with my margin account. MRNS, a little bit of a pullback here. 327 is either going to be a great dip buy area, or it's going to be a little bit of a catastrophic flush zone. But well, I guess only time will tell. Nice, good luck, Bren. Already good. Congrats for the callback. Here we go. MRNS 329. Can this spot hold? Bouncing right back to 33. Nice. MRNS had that perfect hold there. Woohoo! Good to see this thing continue. %15 move. Yeah, that was a really, really clean move. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But we've been seeing a lot of these fake outs from the breakouts, so I wasn't really super convicted. Although I like the fact that it was kind of like a rounded turn. It wasn't just a breakout with a flash pullback. So that probably could have increased my conviction a little bit here. MRNS, quick little pullback. Let's see how this one goes. 340, finding support. So I might break a little higher here, continuing to 3.5. That's what I would be looking for. Let's see, 347. Nice, Corey. Sweet entry, man. NVUS just up so much today already, huh? There we go. MRNS, break that 3.5 zone, just broke it. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm down red today already that kind of messed with my head, or if it's just, we've been seeing so many of these breakout attempts past VWAP. I feel like the last few weeks, the first two or so, oftentimes get just absolutely crushed. So I don't know, maybe it was a little bit of that messing with my psychology, but yeah, it was a pretty much clean and perfect setup. So that's typically a pullback move that I would be all over. I mean, it was pretty much easy to walk it through. It was just, entering it. PSTV is really just not moving anymore, huh? I don't really see too much in this one. Looks like a lot of people missed that 306 or that quick pullback. Ooh, wow, MRNS just hit that 3.6 zone. Wow. I was not expecting that. Yeah, Dkng had pretty clear double bottom here at 46, now breaking higher. So I probably won't sell my second position until a pretty solid break of 50 based on what we're seeing today. Really nice action here. So I really like what we're seeing on Dkng. I think I'm going to maintain my position at the moment. Might even think about day trading this one. It's just a bit of a, day trading large cap. Huh? So we got 5-minute support on MRNS, maybe at like 335. And then we got this kind of 345 zone on the 1-minute chart looking pretty okay. We could talk about large cap swing trades a little bit later. I want to still dedicate the next 30 minutes to day trading here, small caps. Nice, my stuff. Nasdaq's still up 2%, really strong. Big resistance here on MRNS. Very solid pullback on MRNS on that 9 EMA. This might actually break 3.6. I would have wanted to see maybe a bit more of a setup on the 5-minute. Not sure if we're going to get anything like that at the moment. 3.6 trying to break here. Oy, 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 oy. I got to get more aggressive on MRNS. This one's clearly moving. Whew. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content, and if you're learning something here, I really do appreciate it. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Means a lot, guys. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Come out with a recap video, focus on swing trades. A lot of good stuff happens a little bit later after the day trading session. Based on the volume, it does look like MRNS isn't going to really pull back too much. That's what I would have liked to see. PSTV is breaking 3 soon here. I would have liked MRNS to pull back a little bit more, but not sure if we're going to get that. Looks like MRNS might really break the 3.6. Okay, here it goes. 3.64, 3.65. Big resistance there, but can we get through it? Second attempt here. $350 might crack. Could be a little bit of a break at the 9 EMA and then maybe a retest back to it and a little small profit, little 48. Wow, quick pullback. That was a really quick retrace back above the 9 EMA. $45 is definitely a key zone on MRNS. Would be curious to see what happens if it breaks that area. Small position, maybe MRNS at 44. Removed order. Didn't get it. Would have probably taken profits fairly quickly on that one. That was a dip all the way down to 43, 2% bounce from there. Good to see some action back there. Yeah, Brent, I was watching LMND this morning. I actually really like what I'm seeing. We'll definitely be talking about that one in a little bit. MRNS could be dipping just again here. MRNS might be trending right now below 9 EMA. New 5 minutes and 30 seconds. MRNS looks like it's really kind of starting to build a little bit of support here right above VWAP. I was thinking you might pull back a little bit harder, but it didn't. Going to put a limit order here. Just don't forget. Quick pullback on MRNS. Might be looking for an entry here. Big buyers around 47 on the order book. Pulling higher. A little hard to read this one at the moment for me. Maybe I'm just a little bit zone after those morning losses. Yeah, so IPOB 1680, not really moving too much. MRNS kind of pulling back here a little bit. This could be a little bit of a setup here on MRNS. NVUS just absolutely, took a dive. Boom, MRNS just keeps pulling higher here, looking really, really good. I think that was a bit of an ABCD pattern for sure. Nice little 2% popper. Been kind of just more watching this one a little bit. I was really close to my max stop for the day, so I wasn't going too aggressive on any trades anymore after having some getting chopped around a lot pre-market. Nice possible break here, MRNS at 365, new high of day since the open just now. Really, really sweet move, MRNS. Possible pullback entry. 63 or so. Bigger sellers here for now, taking profits. Whoo! Look at this one go. Nice. Hopefully some of you guys are in this one. No trade on my end yet. No open trade. You guys would know if I was in a trade. PLNL open would be running. 73 definitely acting as a bit of support here. That was a pretty solid blow off top it just had. Good stuff watching this one. Nice, Corey. Slaying them today. Quick move down to 66. A lot of buyers are still on MRNS. Still in the uptrend. Still looking pretty solid. Let's quickly go to the daily chart. Check it out a little bit more. Next big target zone would be right around $4, I would argue. 10.16 right now. MRNS is really creeping up on dollar volume as well, so a lot of traders are starting to look at it a little bit more. $1.50 on MRNS are pretty nice. Sweet trend so far, it's had. The first big kind of move to the upside was about a 20% move. Right now we're at 13.5%, just for rough comparisons. 380 loading up zone. Might get a few base hits on this one would be nice. Quick pullback to the 70s here. Maybe high 70s. Quick little entry here at 81. Looking for one little tip past just stopped out. 3 small base hit, didn't want anything else. 5 cents a share, nothing crazy. Just need to kind of get my toes wet a little bit here because I've been missing a lot of trades. Wasn't looking for any more. Call it a micro base. We know $4 is big resistance. Let's see if this can go into the 90s. $78. Watching this one. So I've just sized up here a little bit, looking for that break higher. Whoops, just actually ended up buying a few more shares than I was looking for. Looking for that 9 EMA pullback. Ideally a little continuation from there. New 5-minute candle starts here really soon. Taking some profit off the table. Just wanted to close out this position. It was bigger than I wanted. All right, close out of this position. Again, I bought a bigger size than I wanted, so I wanted to close out some of it. Boom, there it goes, looking for that move higher. Okay, so we took like 2 micro base hits, nothing really too impressive. You guys can make fun of me later. But hey, 2 small green trades. I'm not going to complain about it right now after a pretty miserable pre-market trading on my end. 10:20 a.m. on the clock. Let's see if we can have a little bit of a flag pattern here and a little bit of continuation. I'd be probably looking for a little bit more of a healthy pullback, to be honest. I'm using the 1 minute, 5 minute, and daily. If we can see a pullback here, a little bit stronger, I'd probably be a lot more eager to jump on a ticker like this. It was an okay little pullback, actually. Maybe we can get something in the 365s. New minute in about 15 seconds. Looks like this might possibly move higher here. Chipping away 72, going up for 74, 75. Still really good amount of strength here on MRNS. I was looking for a bigger pullback, didn't get it. Nice little attempt to break higher here. Quick pullback, 77. Wow, that gave no chance for a pullback. Ha! That was so quick. Thought we were going to see something a little bit more drastic. 80s. No. Ah, just missed that entry again. 5% move, really impressive. Abolisher, we didn't have any troubles in the last few weeks, and we're having them today because you're in the chat, so I don't know, you might be the instigator. I'm gonna have to put on timeout. MRNS, guys, just broke that new daily high, looking really solid. Quick pullback here. 87, possible entry. Bought it here at 85. Just ran to 83. Looking for that move past 3.9. Had one more fill. Taking profits there on that breakout of 3.9. Very scalpy trading on my end today. That's just how it goes sometimes. Let's say we had that high there of 95. I sold on 91, I believe. No, I sold on 92.5. Okay, so I got a little better price than I was looking for. So if you have a sell limit order, if it's over your sell limit order, as long as it's not a stop, you will be executed at a higher price. It basically says, I will take a higher price, but I will not take a lower price than 391. I put my limit order at 391, I believe. Or even if, let's say I put it at 392, it still gave me 395 because that's what the current market price was. So it's kind of like, a limit order is kind of like a market order, but with a set limit that you will pay no more or no less, based if it's a buy or a sell, right? Man, I miss my standing desk. I feel it in my knees. I feel like I've been sitting too long already today. All right, MRNS. That was a pretty intense little trade. Pretty much traded the 9 EMA retest and went from there. Smaller position sizes right now, they're all about 2,000, a little under 2,000. So using smaller size, a little bit more comfortable on a mover like this. Since I'm not trading pullbacks and breakouts as much lately. PSTV breakout downward trend, Corey says. Thanks for pointing that out. PSTV 4 million float. I mean, this one was really, really interesting. It just has a really, really rough long-term kind of chart. Keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, Corey's absolutely right, guys. This is a phenomenal breakout here for sure. Big support below at 315 roughly. So nice what we're seeing here on this one. I might actually try at least one attempt on this one. I don't know, but then again, I've been skunked so many times on PSTV, I'm not even sure if I want to go down that road. But it had really nice breakout volume and really, really low sell volume. So PSTV, this is technically a pretty perfect pullback. We're not above VWAP, so technically it's still in a bit of a midterm downtrend. Just be a little bit weary. MRNS just had a nice second pullback to the 9 EMA, not breaking again. Ooh, I'd be a little bit nervous here. 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles in a row. $4 resistance right above. I would like to trade MRNS. I would like to keep trading this one. It's just hard. It's a little bit hard to say right now. if it's a really good setup. I don't know. It feels a little bit more risky. PSTV with that perfect pullback, like Corey was pointing out, really tempting to trade. But sometimes it's hard for me psychologically to trade a ticker I'm already down so much on. It feels like, you know, I'm clearly on the wrong side of this ticker all the time. And I just don't want to keep digging a bigger hole on this one. It is also, on the flip side, really nice to make your money back and get out of the hole a little bit. But is it best to do that on a ticker that you're clearly not in sync with? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough one. Nice move though, PSTV. Sure is tempting. Just watching it makes me feel all crazy. But yeah, 5% move there. Great call, Corey, by the way. MRNS just broke the 9 EMA trend. Bigger support at 370. Let's see what we can get on this one. Something makes me feel so iffy about PSTV. Pretty interesting pullback we're seeing on MRNS. I kind of like that quick dip under the 9 EMA. It's clearly having some big troubles though. Yeah, a lot of late morning runs. Probably, yeah, that's what happens sometimes. You know, if everything before 10 o'clock was super lame, then oftentimes you get some really good moves from there on out. 1031. We'll talk about mid caps and swings and large caps in a little bit. Right now it's still actually hotter than I was expecting, so let's see if we can find some good setups here. Oh wow, look at that quick little move back down. That probably made a few people a little bit nervous there. That was a fake breakout back above the 9. $366 has big support. Right now I'm in Dkng, and that might actually be it. We sold so many swings this week and last week, so I'm not sure what's left. I think that was it though. I really. MRNS having a few issues. Might keep pulling back here. No, we didn't get that extra pullback. %, a little pop there. I feel like there's a good setup hiding inside of MRNS right now, just like a giant piece of stone with a statue hiding in it. You just got to chisel it out. And right now, MRNS is, there's a trade inside of it. Just got to find it. Am I still using Webull 1AP Pro? Yeah, I am using it. I actually have a dividend account over there, portfolio, and I was doing some pre-market trading on it before Portugal. I'm occasionally using it. I'm not using it as much pre-market anymore because it's extremely distracting having two platforms open, I found. But I've been playing a lot with the settings and whatnot. Here we go, break of 375 right here. Possible entry at 368. Wow, I bounced off of 369 almost perfectly. Hold on. Wow, I think I might have missed that entry literally by 1 cent just now. That happens. That definitely happens. Still watching it. Could see a second attempt. Going down to the 690. I would expect this to dip a little harder this time. Wow, it didn't at all actually. Went to 67. I was expecting, when I said dip hard, I was really expecting something more like, I don't know, 63 or whatnot. Crazy Nancy. Clearly, MRNS has just an insane amount of dip buyers on this one. I'm not sure if I really want to trade it at the moment. I feel like I missed a few of the setups I wanted. Would have been taking those 2% poppers left and right, but I kept on missing it by just a hair. I'm not sure I'm going to keep trading this one. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to see what the markets are doing afterwards, and then we'll probably talk about large caps. We'll see you guys in a second. Oh yeah, PSTV, there is that breakout. Woo! Definitely many activities, many stuffs right now. MRNS volume has been fading quite a bit. I'm not sure if this is going to hold up too well. Sellers just keeps kind of piling on here. Might even So MRNS is definitely on the backside of a move right now. I'm sure we're all aware of that. PSTV just broke VWAP, so this one's probably on the radar now of many traders. Ipob really not doing much of anything. MRNS, like we just said, backside. NVUS really consolidating, losing volume quickly. Not too much there, and then PSTV. So it's really PSTV and MRNS right now, which I think most people are watching. AVUS doesn't have that much volume, but over $10 million volume, so it's okay. A little bit selling off as well. Next, not a lot of volume here. They're selling off. Not really too interesting. So I think really PSTV and MRNS are really the ones I would be watching. What's up, Satoshi? Markets are okay. We're in a beautiful swing trade. Day trading today was really not my day. Pre-market, I pretty much had a catastrophe. I was down pretty much $300 pre-market. If I wrapped up trading right now, I made back quite a bit of money on MRNS. I missed so many opportunities on MRNS, mainly because I think I had red PTSD from PSTV, right? So I was like a little bit hesitant to enter another trade. Basically, if I went below $300, so basically just one more red trade, I would have kind of stopped myself out for the day, roughly. I would have maybe gave it to like 350 or so, but at that point, I would be stopping myself out for the day. So I didn't want like one more red trade. And then I was really hesitant on entering trades, and that made me miss a lot of upside on MRNS. I also started trading smaller size on MRNS. So, it's a bit unfortunate because PSTV, we just got really aggressive pre-market. I was using big size, and then MRNS, the one I was finally in a groove with, I was using smaller size. So it's kind of one of these unfavorable situations. At least we were able to dig ourselves out halfway from the hole, and it's okay. I'll take a small red day any day. It's really those big red days you got to avoid. I'm still watching MRNS. I might do a trade on this one, but it really depends on the pattern I see. So the swing trades that I am currently in, so there's none on this account. I have some limit orders open on this account, but let's actually talk about the account with an open swing trade, which is Dkng, right? So Dkng, you guys remember this one. We were talking about it yesterday on the live stream. We entered Dkng on the live stream, and then I made a whole entire recap video about, why, where, why, yeah, all the details. So Dkng, had this nice little breakout right around here at 40. We bought the pullback, around what, 1035 or like 1045 or something like that. And then I was not expecting this absolutely wicked move that Dkng ended up doing. So literally, as I was uploading the live stream, this thing had a massive breakout, and I'm not even really totally sure why, because I was going through some of the news. Let me quickly see here. That was at 11:30, 11:20 deal. So they price target. They got to increase price target. Buys mess. Even buys mess. I was going through the news yesterday. I wasn't totally sure, so I didn't. Caesar's ESPN deal. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like nothing really totally new. I think, in what was that on the 31st or something, Michael Jordan, or those 20th, I don't know, sometime in August, Michael Jordan joined the board. Gaming is massive. Online sports betting, fantasy football. People are staying in more. Coronavirus. I kind of bought this as like a macro trend with recent good fundamentals. And then technicals that were just lining up like a beautiful. I mean, you couldn't ask for better technicals. You got the increase in volume, you got the breakout volume right here. Lower sell volume, bought the pullback, and then I'm gonna look to hold this for the break of 50. I feel somewhat confident that it's going to break 50. I mean, in the end of the day, you never really know what's going to happen, but I feel fairly confident that we are going to break 50, and I'll probably start taking profits on the break of 50. That's kind of my goal. If we go back to 45 or so, I'll keep holding this one a bit longer, and then, if it looks like the price action turns a bit more bearish, then I'll probably end up selling it. But for now, price action is quite bullish, and I'll probably try to keep holding it for a break of 50. These are all-time highs on Dkng, so we don't really know how far it's going to go. Hold on, MRNS right now, a little bit of a breakout pullback here, 5-minute setup. This could be a nice little continuation. Would maybe consider doing one more trade on this ticker. Thanks, Corey. Actually, you know what? I'm going to close my second screen, MRNS. I feel like it's just distracting me, and I can't even think right now when I have it open. Okay, so you guys have my full undivided attention now. I was kind of looking at MRNS for a little bit. So ADT, similar situation. You guys remember I had my limit order here. I was really looking for this pullback here. I was at first a little bit too conservative with an order below 10. Kind of upset I didn't get that one. This was a 16% run. This would have been perfect. I probably would have walked away between 5 and 10% on this one. I never get the full move, which is fine. That's not my goal. But it looks like this was the first major base on ADT. So let's see if we have a little bit of pullback, maybe below 10.5 or so, and see where it goes. And then I would like an entry on ADT, looking for a swing trade on this one. I think it does have that potential for a secondary move. We have huge support right around here, between $9.5 and $10. So I would like to possibly trade this one, or swing trade this one. But yeah, at the same time, it could just keep on selling off as well. So it's a little bit of a tough move. Maybe it's going to come all the way down to like 850 before it finds some support, right? And then we'd be down like 16%. So it's a little bit of a tough one, and not as like crazy about it anymore as I used to be. Sono, obviously, I've been wanting this one, a re-entry on this one for quite some time, but so far no luck on the re-entry. Let's actually go here to the unlimited account. Growth RXT. We'll talk about RXT in a second as well. American Airlines, no touchy yet on that one for me. We got Amazon here. Yeah, this is more an investment. I really don't like swing trading the really large companies. Everything from Apple, Tesla, Amazon. I find them very difficult to swing trade. They're not as clean as something like Space or Sonos. So I would probably just invest into something like that. SPCE, yeah, man. Just looking at SPCE like makes my heart tremble. Like I really butchered this one so much. So I would love to do another entry on this one. Anything below 16, I don't see an entry on SPCE just yet for me. I would probably be taking profits here, or I'd be looking for a move into the 19. I don't know, one of those two. I would be a little bit indecisive right now. Tesla, really sweet trade on this one. I clearly sold way too soon, but we took some really nice profits on this one. Had a nice little bull flag here in the 4 hour, and then broke out again. Really big bounce, bigger than I was expecting. 450 is obviously a massive resistance. So if I was long Tesla, and I was especially in a cash or a tax kind kind of savings account like an IRA, Roth IRA, I probably would close my whole entire Tesla position around 450. That's just what I would do. And then I would wait for a second pullback and then buy more under 450. I just feel like that'd be a good way to increase my position. And right now I think there's more risk than possible reward on Tesla. Could be wrong, my personal opinion. I missed a lot of moves, so never have to listen to what I think. INTC, I gotta say this breakout here, 50, I was not expecting it. The breakout was a very low volume, so kind of suspicious breakout here. This could just be a huge fake out on Intel. So this breakout doesn't really make me excited at all. Is Sava over? Probably. There's a good chance. I haven't checked it, but we could look at it. AMD, I would love to probably invest in AMD on some lower terms. I'm not sure if I would swing trade it. Same with Apple. Any sort of major dips on Apple to me is an investment, not so much a swing trade. NKLA, I'm not really interested in this one anymore. We actually had a limit order around 30. Probably would have been good to lower it to like the 27s. We did talk about that a little bit. I just went out and totally removed it. It was like at 30.8. Really, really negative news on NKLA. I'd be a little bit scared I would wake up one day where NKLA was at $10. And that was a big reason I moved it. I just feel like there's like systematic risk with NKLA, and it's not a good investment. ADT we obviously talked about. So RKT, this is a hot one. Rocket companies with Quicken loans, all that fun stuff. We had a really nice dip on this one, and I would like to trade it again. I just feel like right now it's not exactly super interesting for a trade. Technically, we did break past the 9 EMA, and we're pulling back to it, which is kind of a bullish sign, but I still see this thing selling off a little bit more. I know around the rounded bottom, around $20, we're going to have big support. So if we go down here, I'd love to buy it around 20, and I would average down to probably till about 18.5. If we go to the upside and we have a big breakout here, then I would probably buy on a pullback. But for now, RKT isn't something that I would look into. Workhouse, we could look at that as well. In a bit. So RCL, Royal Caribbean, probably no touch for me. I think Royal Caribbean might be down today just because Carnival Cruise Lines did an offering, and maybe people think if Carnival Cruise Lines did an offering, maybe there's going to be an offering with Royal Caribbean. I don't know. Anyway, Carnival Cruise Lines and Royal Caribbean aren't trades I'm looking at anyway. CVAC, we had a great trade on this one. We bought the dip here. We sold near the shoulder. This was a good trade, and now we're just kind of chilling. Nothing really too interesting. LMND, I have 2 limit orders around 45. I think LMND sold off really a lot. We're below IPO prices, and I think there might be a triple bottom that forms around 45. I would start accumulating around 45, and then see where it goes. You just never know. That's what I would be looking for. If it was looking very weak, then I would probably take some profits off very fast, and then buy again on a confirmed breakout of a triple bottom. So you just never really know with triple bottoms, and I am typically not a big fan of entering them too early. But LMND, quality company, sold off a lot. Big support around 50. Could be a reversal zone, but could also, keep on selling off into the 20s. Like, I would not be surprised. So gotta really manage these positions once you're long them, especially as a swing trade. If you're investing, obviously just kind of keep on buying down. But yeah. XPEV, XPEV, the Chinese electric vehicle company. I've been waiting for this one to break that 17 zone to go into the 1650s. I should have just probably got a little bit more aggressive. I don't think I would have held past this 90 breakout, but if I did, we would have been rewarded nicely. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about XPEV in these areas, so I would have looked for this to go break down a little bit more. I don't know. I could be too conservative there and maybe missing a big opportunity. AMC really sold off a lot. 550 is always one of my big favorite turnaround zones, and actually look at this. We came perfectly down to 550 on AMC, really perfectly, like literally on the dot. 7% bounce from there. Would I trade it in this area? I don't know, probably not. Second wave of Corona is still very, very strong. I would like AMC to have a bigger dip, maybe some really bad news come out. I don't really see this company going anywhere, overnight. Maybe it will disappear at one point in the next few years, or it's going to merge or do something drastically different. But to me, right now, it's a little bit too high for a swing trade. Not ideal risk reward, I guess you can say. Rackspace, RXT. Well, this one's really similar to the way RKT looks, actually. And this one also has a rounded bottom. And with RXT, I would really look for a bit of the base of the rounded bottom before I entered this one. So far, RXT is no trade yet for me as well. Eric thinks XPEV is really good for a swing trade. Good to know. Yeah, I would like to go into that one a little bit more. With the Chinese companies, I'm always like a little bit weary of what I'm getting into. I have a hard time like really putting it into a, I don't know, getting a grasp for it. Like, for me, trading something like DraftKings, I kind of know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know how people to react to it. But with something like XPEV, I just have no idea. I don't have an idea on the scale. I don't have an idea how the car works. It's very hard for me to get behind sometimes a swing trade if I have no idea about the company. So a lot of times you'll see me swing trading companies that I might have used in the past or something, but they're still mid caps. I find those to be more my favorite. Although Rackspace, for example, I've never used, and SpaceX, or not SpaceX, Virgin Galactic Space, I've obviously don't have an affiliation with them, but at the same time, I've been following them for many years. I read the founders, like all of his books. So I have like a little bit more understanding what it's about as opposed to XPEV. Dkng, look at this, really trying to break that $50 zone. So let's hope for the best. CLSK was probably my biggest missed trade in this quarter. I don't know if I'll ever get over that one. KCAC, this was a pretty fun little trade we did here from 1665 to this 1826 resistance zone. Like I was saying, I would have wanted this to break higher to like 21 and then pull back, and then I would have wanted to pull back trade. It never really did that and kind of fizzled here. Right now it's still in the gray zone. I would probably wait till this pulls back a little bit more, and I could see myself trading this one again, this time maybe to the $15. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Could be really interesting. Jets, airline ETF, that I think is probably really interesting to get long. Anytime I think some really bad news comes out with airlines, if JETS pulls back for like 1 or 2 or 3 days, I can really see myself buying this one. So don't be surprised if I'm long Jets one day after a giant market correction. CVS, who was calling out CVS today? Somebody in the trade, someone in the chat room. Sorry, I can't remember right now. This is actually an interesting ticker because it seems a little bit cyclical. It has these kind of, that was a lot of movement just now. It has these really interesting kind of pops on certain quarters. And now that flu season's coming up, this could be actually kind of an interesting trade. Steven, thanks guys. Thanks for that. Sorry, I'm a little fast right now. I'm trying to get through a lot of tickers. CVS, this one could be a really interesting run. CVS was always one of my favorite convenience stores in the US. I don't know how they're doing now. I haven't been to a CVS in quite some time, but I don't really see this one, disappearing for no reason either. It's had a huge sell-off, down over 50% from those highs. I think this could be a really good entry. I still find that CVS might be a little bit overextended, or I still feel like, maybe not overextended, but I still feel like there's a bit too much risk on CVS. I know that we had these big support here at 52, so I probably wouldn't trade CVS until we broke 55. I don't know if it's going to happen, but this is like what I would really want. I would want it to break 55, and I would want to start accumulating between 52 and 56 or 55. Accumulate a decent position there and look for a break above the 9 or 180-day moving average, and then sell on being above that. And that could be like at the end of October. We've had many of these October runs. Here's an October run. This was like 20% move. Here's another October run. Actually, this one started actually a little bit sour, right? So started going down, but then by the end of October and actually end of the year, went up a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like this thing has potential to keep going down. Here's a little bit of an October dip again. So right around here, start of October, somewhere here. Oh, this is really skipping a lot of days. Dips down quite drastically till mid-October, and then kind of comes back here. So it's like a mid-October run. Almost seems like a little bit more. Let's see, this October. This is like a mid-October run as well. So that's what I'm saying. CVS might still be a little bit high, a little bit expensive. So if CVS dips below 56, ideally $55, I can see myself accumulating and then selling and move over $60 or move over the 180-day moving average. I think that could be really, really cool. David says that CVS is where he met his wife. That's really cool. Is that true? That's really funny. Good for you, man. Kramer bashing on CVS. I don't know what Kramer said, but I wouldn't be surprised if he owned it and bashed on it at the same time. BE Bets is good long-term. Jordan says Bets is good long-term ETF, sports gaming online platform. BE. Let's actually pull that up. BETZ. And let's actually move BETZ next to... where is it? DKNG. Okay, so we got... Ooh, I got a ringing in my ear. Oh, it's so weird. Okay, so we got DKNG with that big breakout, right? And then we have Bets. Similar situation, actually. Very similar breakout situation here. This was a recent IPO or a recent blank check. I don't know, there's been so many blank check companies lately, I'm losing track. Yeah, interesting. So I would have to look more into Bets, but... sports betting and David with Bets ETF founders. So Bets is an ETF, their own sports betting gaming ETF. So this would be like holding 37 different stocks, including Dkng. Okay, really good way to probably trade it. So this is like, for me personally, like Dkng, the fact that they have Michael Jordan, I think that's really cool. But like, this is what I would do like with the airlines, like Jets, JETS. I have not done my due diligence with airlines at all. And I have no shame with admitting that. I don't care because I don't have time for it. Unless I was actively trading airlines. So what I would do if I had a feeling that airlines would recover or they're oversold, I would just buy Jets, right? The ETF. So that's a little bit with BETZ. If you think online gaming is going to be massive and online betting and sports betting, which I'm pretty sure it will be, then going long something like BTZ and not having to worry about the winners is or the losers is a really good way to approach it. So really good call there, Jordan. Thanks for letting us know, man. Walgreens has really given CVS a run for their money in market share. Interesting. I wonder what CVS is going to do about it. Tesla is still killing it. Tesla, I gotta say, Tesla is like mind-blowing recovery. I was expecting like a 20, maybe 25% recovery. I was not expecting a 40% recovery. What's good with the gloves? These gloves allow me to click my hotkeys a little bit faster. No, I'm just kidding. I sometimes get carpal tunnel after like a long work day. I think it's like really when I draw the lines, like that really gets my. And then sometimes when I'm coding, I'll be like holding something for a while on my mouse or moving something, and then I feel some cramps. Video editing, training gloves for agility. Yeah, it's like one of those RPG games where you add gloves and your guy shoots bows faster or something. So it's it's a compression glove. It's like a compression glove for your knee. It just takes some of the abuse off your knee. And for me, it's for my wrist. Video editing is actually, I find, the worst. I think it's a mixture between drawing lines on the chart and video editing. I find is really bad. CBD oil. Jordan says, try it for joint pain. My wife says it works. Maybe. I have a lot of friends in Florida that are always trying to throw CBD oil on me. You're probably right. Honestly, you're definitely probably right. I just is that a thing in Europe? I have no idea. Probably. I really want to fight the symptom though, or not the symptom. I really want to fight the problem, and I think the problem was just I need to use my right hand a little bit less. And so what I started doing is I started using my mouse with my left hand in the mornings and my right hand in the evenings, and that actually helped a lot. So just like your trading scarf for Christmas. Oh God, you guys are really going off on me right now. Am I getting the snow, is it snowflake, snowball? God, I always forget the snowball, IPO. Man, I'm having a real serious brain fart today on like all fronts. Snowball, right? Get a touch screen. This is actually a touch screen, but it doesn't really help. Do you code mobile apps? No, I don't do mobile apps. Yeah, Constantine, that's so funny. That's exactly what I do. But except I don't have two mouses. It's mice, but with a mouse, do you conjugate it the same way? Anyway, I have two of these, I have one of them, and then I just switch it. But actually, putting two on the table would be kind of funny. Left-handed mouse users should be bullied. What if we're like part-time left-handed mouse users? It's really weird. When I was doing it at first, it took me like a week before I could even like open a folder and properly move an image around. It was like really not fun. It hurt my brain. Oh yeah, so let's add Workhorse quickly. I know a lot of you guys are always talking about this one. I kind of say the same thing every time about Workhorse, so I don't always like talking about it. To me, I just find a lot of risk on this one. It's had such a big run up. I don't think I could personally swing trade something like this. Honestly, just don't listen to me on this one anymore because I don't think I could give even remotely valuable feedback on this ticker. Oh, nice, Constantine, thanks. I'll check it out. I already opened the link. Smile Amazon. How come it's Smile Amazon? PS4 controller is a good idea. I heard about a trader that trades with a Xbox controller, or it could have been a PS4 controller. All right, let's talk about WBA, and then I gotta wrap up. So don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you haven't done so already. I really, really do appreciate it. Wow, WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance. Is that different than normal Walgreens? What? Walgreens Boots Alliance. I got to check this one out a little bit more. WBA. Could be seeing some support. I don't know why it sold off so much. Max. I don't know. What I do know is clearly here at around $29, there is some good support. And then we have kind of this interesting $33 zone. I'd probably even be a little bit more conservative and say like 32. I would probably buy WBA below 33. Is it Walgreens? I'm not totally sure. Virtual reality trading would probably be really hard to stop trading. Okay, Harley says it is. Okay, nice. WBA. Yeah, like I said, around 33 could be massive support. Clearly already looks like it. I don't even know if we're going to get down there. This thing sold off so much. If Walgreens is taking over CVS, their stock price clearly does not reflect that. So there could be a big buying opportunity. Again, I have no idea if that's even true, but it just... Kramer doesn't like this one. I'll have to look into it a bit more. I really have not checked out Walgreens or CVS. So again, probably not the one to give feedback to. I think both of them could sell off a little bit more, but both of them are near big support. So I think if you just start with a small position size and average down as it goes, or wait a little bit longer and get a bigger position size, I think that's how I would treat WBA and CVS. And yeah, I think that's how I'd go about it. All right, guys, I really do need to wrap up right now. It just got a little bit later than I was expecting. Really kind of fun little afternoon here. I'm happy that we were able to walk away with a few good trades on MRNS. I was a little bit disappointed pre-market how poorly I was trading, but it was nice that we were able to squeeze out some profits anyway. I'm not sure how I would have done with any of this. Maybe I would have had some good trades. It looks a little tricky here. It looks like I would have maybe bought this breakout and then maybe got sold into the pullback, and it's very choppy here. I'm kind of happy I didn't trade after 10:30 because I don't know how I would have done here, but something tells me I don't know if I would have done good. So I'm happy I wrapped it up there. Whew! All right, guys. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning then. And anything else? Let me think here for a second. No, probably not. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. I will see you then, and I'll see you guys in the recap video. And subscribe if you're new, guys. I would love to have you join the community. It's a beautiful place. One of the best parts about trading every day. Thanks for the $4, Constantine. Really, really appreciate it. I already know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 2 pastel de nates. Actually, I might get 4. It's so cheap here. I might get 4 or 5 pastel de nates. Yeah. Somebody else wants them too already. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao. And stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Don't overtrade like I did pre-market. Ciao, guys. Wait, hold on. I got to...